shows a function f of x, and it draws it for you, and it's the function 8 subtract x multiplied by ln x is bigger than 0. And it asks you various things about the function, and you are also asked to do an iteration. So let's start with the first part. It says write down the coordinates of a and b, and it says the curve cuts the x-axis at the point a and b. So at this point here, you know that y is equal to 0. Okay, so you know that y is equal to 0, so what you're solving is 0 is equal to 8 subtract x multiplied by ln x. Now, there are two things multiplying each other here and here. Now, for this to be equal to 0, either this whole number, 8 minus x, is equal to 0, or ln x is equal to 0. Now, 8 minus x is equal to 0 if x is equal to 8, and ln x is equal to 0 if x is equal to 1. So therefore, a must have the coordinates 1, 0, because it's the one closest to the y-axis here, and b must have the coordinates 8, 0. And it's as simple as that. It wasn't supposed to be difficult, that's why it's 2 marks. Part B, it says find f dash x. Now, you know that f of x is equal to 8 subtract x multiplied by ln x. Now you should spot here that we have a function u of x, and we have a different function v of x, and you should realise we've got the product rule going on. So let your u be 8 subtract x, let your v be ln x. Your u dashed is therefore the differential of this, which is -1, and your v dash is the differential of this, which is 1 over x. The examiner's mark scheme says always write down the formula you're using. dy by dx using the product rule is uv dash plus vu dash. So substituting into that multiplied by that, it'd be 8 subtract x multiplied by 1 over x, and then plus vu dash, well, that would just be subtract ln x, as follows. Now, that's absolutely fine as it is. There is absolutely no need to go any further and multiply out. It just says find it. That is fine for your 3 marks. It says show that the x-coordinate of Q lies between 3.5 and 3.6. Now look at Q. Tell the examiner what you're doing. Q is a turning point. In fact, it's a maximum. Okay, so for a maximum, for a max, you know that f dash x is equal to 0. Okay, and we have from part B, what is f dash x? Well, f dash x is 8 minus x is 1 over x, 8 subtract x, and then subtract ln x. Okay, so if you want to show the x-coordinate lies between 3.5 and 3.6, we're going to substitute 3.5 into f dash x and 3.6 into f dash x and show that there's a change of sign. The key here is do not substitute in f of x. We are moved away from that now. We're dealing with the minimum point. It's something totally different. So f dashed of 3.5. So you're going to substitute this in to your formula here. So you can use your calculator for this if you find it easier to do that. So we're going to firstly put in 3.5. If you put in 3.5, you get yourself 0.03, and if you work out f dashed of 3.6, with a bit of luck you get a change of sign, so substituting 3.6 and you get yourself, yes indeed, you get yourself negative 0.06. And then you can say change in sign. You can say that f dashed is continuous, therefore root between 3.5 and 3.6. And you're done. Part D shows the x-coordinate is a solution of the following equation. Now, this coordinate here is the solution of the equation f dash x is equal to 0. Now, f dash x we've previously shown is 1 over x 8 subtract x, and then subtract ln x is equal to 0. So we want to rearrange it in this form here. So what we're going to do, I tell you what, let's add the ln x to both sides and multiply the 1 over x into this. So let's write as 8 subtract x over x, just multiplying this by this, is equal to ln x. Okay, let's multiply both sides by the x. So 8 subtract x would be x ln x. Let's add x to both sides. So 8 would be equal to x plus x ln x. Let's factorise the x out. So we would have x 1 plus ln x. And let's divide both sides by 1 plus ln x, so therefore x is equal to 8 over 1 plus ln x as required for your 3 marks. It's not as bad as it seemed. Just rearrange this until you get this formula here. Part D, take x0 to be 3.55. So type in your calculator 3.55 equals. That stores it in the aunt's capacity. And then xn plus 1, you would write in your calculator 8 over 1 plus ln of aunts. And that would help you work out your x1, your x2 and your x3. And remember to give your answer to 3 decimal places. So 3.55 equals, and then you would type in your calculator 8 over 1 plus the ln of aunts. And doing that, you would get yourself x1 to 3dp is 3.529. Press equals again, you would get yourself 3.538. And press equals again, you would get 3.534. And you're done. They're all stated to 3 decimal places, and there we go.